Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I am Obnoxious One and this is a turkey. This is made in Turkey. Alright guys, as you can see, we've got the Canik box here on the table. You've already seen what's in it, but we're going to open it up, do an unboxing anyway, because that's what we're supposed to do as internet gun channels. So, obviously, it's a Canik box. We'll open it up, take a look at it. So, the first thing we have when we open it up is your extra back strap for it. I believe this is large. It comes with the medium already on it. You've got a cleaning brush, cleaning jag for your patches, and you've got all four of the optics plates. Now my Canik TP9 Combat Executive only came with the one. I believe it was the number one, which is the Doctor, the Vortex cut on it, and I had to order the other three for different optics. This one comes with it, and it's a considerably cheaper pistol than that Combat Executive is. So we've got all that in the top of the lid. We've got your destructions and your warranty card in there, and your foam that sits right there on top of it. Now, as far as the goodies that are in the box, well, you've got your Canik TP9 SFX here, and it is empty. So we'll take that, set that over to the side for now. Cover what else is in the box. You've got your Canik holster, which is also set up so that if you do run an optic on here, this holster will accommodate this pistol with an optic. You've got your trigger lock over here. You've got your two magazines and a little Glock style mag loader. These are 18 round magazines with a +2 base pad on them. So the pistol itself is a 20+1. Then we also have our toolkit, which comes in every Canik I've bought. They will vary what comes in them. This one is pretty similar to what came with my Combat Executive. You've got a couple of extra pieces of fiber optic for the front side on this one. You've got your charging handle that screws into the optics plate. You've got your wrenches to adjust stuff. You have a large magazine release there, and that is the small one, and the medium is on the pistol already. And then you have some assorted extra screws in there if you should need them. That is your toolkit that comes in just about every Canik pistol. May come in every one. I've got 3 Caniks. They all came with a toolkit. So that's the box. Let's get into the pistol. Now remember, if you like this video, smash that like button. If you dislike this video, smash that like button. If you're new here, please consider subscribing and hitting the bell so you're notified every time I release a new video. If you're a returning customer, make sure you leave a comment down below. Share these videos out. It's the best way to get small channels like mine out there into the internet so that YouTube pays attention to us. Alright, now this is the Canik TP9 SFX. This is basically a baseline competition model. You can see that it's got some lightning cuts here on the slide. You've got your optics cut on it. It has a cover plate on it right now. The other plates are of course in the box, and it will depend on what optic you're going to put on here and which of those plates you put on. Now, as we said when we opened the box and looked at the magazines, this comes with two 18 round magazines with a +2 base plate on them, which gives you a 20+1 capacity on this in 9mm. The trigger weight on this out of the box, haven't put a single round through this thing yet, is 2 pounds 14 ounces We'll give you a little taste of what it looks like here. You got a pretty good take up on it, and then it breaks. Pretty good take up there, and a nice smooth break, nice and light, just like you'd want on a competition pistol. I'll take a look at the reset here. It has a very short reset on it. So there is the reset on it, and as I said, it's a 2-pound 14-ounce trigger right out of the box. Haven't put a single round through it. Once you get some rounds through this, it'll definitely lighten up just like everything else does, and I'll take a look at it again down the line. Now the weight empty on this is 1 pound 14 ounces. The weight loaded with Sig Sauer V-Crown 124 grain is 2 pounds 7.7 ounces. The overall length of the pistol is 8.29 inches. It has a 5.2 inch barrel on it. The overall height pre-optic is 6.2 inches, and the width is 1.4 inches, and that is coming out to this extended slide stop here. Now some of the other features on this, as you can see, it has Warren tactical rear sights and a fiber optic front sight on there. We have a replaceable back strap on this. This has a super grippy texture on the back of it here, and this is the medium. The large is in the box. The medium fits my hand better, and it has the same sort of texture on the front of the grip. These are a little flatter though. These are more of a diamond, more of a triangle, pyramid, whatever you want to call it. Of course, we said it came with the 2 magazines in there. If you look, this one does have trigger guard serrations on it. We have an oversized slide stop on there. The magazine release is reversible, and as we showed you in the box, it does come with 3 different sizes on there. This is the medium. I don't know if you can see the little line right there. I will probably put the short one on here. It does, of course, have the trigger safety on it. So if you're not depressing the dingus, you can't fire the trigger. We have front cocking serrations on it, which I really like the way Canik does them. They're really aggressive down here, and then they just blend right into the slide. We've also got lightning cuts on the slide of this, so you have faster cycling with this, and there were some pretty decent cutouts on the underside of this slide as well. Now, like my other 2 Caniks, this does have a striker status indicator. If you can see the red on the back there, your striker is ready to fire. When you pull the trigger, it disappears. Now this model does have a loaded chamber indicator, but it's not like my Elite SC, which has one on the top here. This you can just see in next to the barrel, and you can see if you've got a round in the chamber. Now other than that, you've got some pretty good texturing here on the top to cut down the glare on it. We have a Picatinny rail on the bottom. These do seem to be shallower than other Picatinny rails I've got. I put my Olight on there with the GL adapter in there and with the 1913 adapter in there, and it does not sit down in there. I'm going to break this down so you can see the lightning cuts on the underside of the slide here. To do that, you pull these down, and unlike the other Caniks I have where you just kind of pull it out a little bit and pull it off, this one does have to slide all the way to the front to do it. And you can see you've got a pretty decent chunk taken out of there to lighten it up. You've got a little bit there, pretty deep back here, and pretty deep back there to lighten it up. We have a not quite full length guide rod. I don't know how I feel about the way this one sits in there. And you got the holes open on the bottom here. But you have high wear nickel on all the internal parts. And of course you saw it hit a really good trigger pull on it. Now, unlike most Caniks, again, putting it back together instead of just putting it back here and then you're able to put it on. This one does have to go on like most other pistols and slide all the way back. And again, there's that great trigger pull and that reset. I'm really excited to get out and try this out and see where that one ends up coming in after it's got a few rounds down the pipe, when we can get ammo again. And since I've got a couple other Caniks, now when I bought my first one was the Elite SC that comes with a 12 and a 15 round magazine. The 12 is the standard magazine on it. The 15 actually has a sleeve that comes up like here, so it sticks out further than the bottom of the pistol, but it does have a sleeve to match the grip to cover where it would stick out. Now, I went out and bought a couple other 15 round magazines and some 18 round magazines when I had that one. And then I got the Combat Executive, and that comes with 15 round magazine, and I believe it was in +3 on there, so an 18 round magazine on it. Now the 15 round magazines will not work in the SFX. They just don't, they're not long enough, they can't get up there into it. The 18 round magazines, because this one comes with 18 round magazines with a +2 base pad on them, do fit in, will lock your slide open, and once I get out to the range, we'll test them, but they also drop out freely. So the 18 round magazines should work in there, and it'll give you a more flush fit on it if for some reason you wanted to carry this one and you wanted to carry it with only 18 versus the 20 rounds in it. And other than that, we've got our holster check here. We have, of course, the Springfield XD holster. This is for a subcompact, so it's going to be considerably shorter than it. We have my P320 with the Lima module, which was the full size. This is Kydex, custom made for this one. Or for that one, I should say. It's not custom made for the Canik, it was made for the P320 with the Lima on it. We have the retention holster that came with my Combat Executive, and we have a 1791 P226 holster. So, like the other Caniks that we've had on the channel, the XD holster is alright, it's not fantastic. I would be concerned about having the magazine release right there. If this was all you had to carry in it, find a way to get yourself 25 bucks and get a Canik holster. Plus it came with one in the box, so you don't have to worry about it unless you want a leather one. In which case, save your money, get yourself a $50 leather holster that actually fits the Canik. The P320 with the Lima module, it does go in there. This has got a decent relief on it on the back side, so I'm not concerned about the magazine release on it. If I wanted to carry this with an optic in this holster, though, I would have to end up taking off this sweat guard somewhere around here to make it work with this one. But it does lock in, does have decent retention on this. So if you've had a custom Kydex holster made for a full-size P320 with the Lima module on it, you have a holster that'll fit your Canik SFX. But you probably didn't, so you don't. Then we've got our Canik holster that came with the TP9 Elite Combat Executive. And of course it fits in there because this pistol is essentially the same dimensions of that one, other than it's got a longer barrel and it does have a longer grip on it. It does fit in there. It's not coming out because you have active retention on this one. And lastly, we have our 1791 P226 holster, which is kind of their all over full-size handgun holster. So this fits a lot of stuff, and it fits the TP9 SFX as well. As you can see, we've got plenty of relief here on the back, so we're not worried about hitting that magazine release on there. It's got really good retention, comes down exactly to the end of the barrel on there, and you've got your trigger guard covered, your trigger covered, and you should be good with this one. These are like 50 bucks, so don't worry about this one. Go buy yourself the 1791. So there were my first impressions and a little bit of information for you on the Canik TP9 SFX. This has the optics plate on it, obviously, we covered that. and this will probably be my new optics testing platform. So keep an eye. Anytime you see a new optic coming in here on the channel, it's probably going to end up on this TP9 SFX. Remember, like, share, and subscribe, and we'll catch you guys on the next one.